Hey, y'all, this is Lance Lopez, and you're listening to Loudini and the Rock and Roll Circus.
This, folks, is a Warner Brothers television production.
The Bugs Bunny Show.
Overture, curtain lights, this is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights, this is it. We'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
Moms and dads, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the circus.
You are listening once again. Can you believe a whole week has gone by? It just seems like just a few minutes ago we were in here. You're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus with Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini, and the fantabulously talented, talent dripping from every crevice, Mr. Kevin O'Connor.
Oh, you saw the talent dripping out, huh? I'm sorry. Hey, everybody.
Could you mop that up? Thank you.
I will.
All right, guys. You're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Loudini rockandrollcircus.com, the ever-changing and morphing website. And I hope that you guys are staying in touch with us on social media because we're posting constantly. We've got all kind of interactive things going where we bring you guys, the fans, actually into the podcast. So we're really excited about that, and we love your input. We can't get enough of it.
You could be part of us.
Absolutely.
We can be part of you.
And speaking of that, this week we're going to be discussing our Facebook post from about a week ago concerning underrated guitarists. And you guys had a lot to say about that, and we really appreciate everybody that participated in that. But first, I would like to thank our sponsors.
Please do.
Our sponsor of late, our latest sponsor, is McNeely Beer. And McNeely Beer is located at 441 McNeely Road, hence McNeely Beer.
Right.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 412-563-2337 or beer.
563-BEER, folks. 412-563-BEER.
Also,
look at us. We're sounding like radio announcers.
Exactly. Awesome. And this is Pittsburgh's home for the best selection of domestic, import, and craft beer. Six-pack bottle shop located in the heart of the South Hills. They pride themselves on personal, knowledgeable customer service, fantastic selection, and hard-to-beat prices. So you definitely want to check that out. 412-563-2337. And we would like to also thank our longtime sponsor. I just talked to Joanne today.
Did you know?
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yes, she is.
I'd like to thank our longtime sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine. It's Pittsburgh's first internet, radio, TV network, online community magazine, and business directory. You can listen, watch, download, receive emails, get all the latest in video that's coming out of all the people from this community. And it's a great community because people like the Loudini Rock and Roll
Us,
Circus
yes.
are one of the podcasts that are on there. It's a very cool place.
Check it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. You're going to get a lot of great information, stuff about health and business
Yep.
and places to save money and cool places to eat and all kind of cool stuff. So it's very, very cool.
Very cool.
Guys, we have some great music for you tonight. And we got some birthdays. We got This Day in Music last week. I felt bad. Somebody called me up and said, "You didn't do This Day in Music." I'm like, we forgot. We were having so much fun, we forgot.
Yeah, we forgot, but we got it this time.
Exactly. But we're going to jump right in and play a really great band as soon as I can figure out how to work my computer.
There, you fixed it. Look,
all right,
look
there
at
we
you
are.
being smart and stuff.
This is a band I just discovered. This is the Weekenders. Check this out when you listen to this, and we'll talk about this.
Okay, all right.
This song's called 20 Armed Men, the Weekenders on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Silly games, hold me down for a while. I got nothing to say. Hold me down for a while. I don't roll that way. No time to say goodbye. Don't wait for me tonight. No. To say, hold me down for a while. I don't roll that way. No time to say goodbye. Don't wait for me tonight. No time to say goodbye. To say, hold me down for a while. I don't roll that way. No time to say goodbye. Don't wait for me tonight. No time to say goodbye. Oh,
The Weekenders, and you
Wow.
can go to theweekendersmusic.com. Very cool. What do you think, Kevin? What do you
I
think?
liked it. Well, when it first started out, it had kind of a Steely Dan feel to it.
Okay.
But then it became kind of progressive in the middle there, so it's kind of like a Genesis. So I'm going to say this band has a Steely sound to them.
Yeah, I really dig. I really dig them. This is from their album Don't Plan. I think it's Don't Plan on it. And you can go to theweekendersmusic.com. That was called 20 Armed Men. Really cool band.
Yeah, very cool.
And just kind of like perusing their bio here. It's very short. Boasting a sound harkening back to the days when rock and roll legends reigned supreme over the radio airplays. Salt Lake City based, the Weekenders aren't in the business of treading lightly. The Fuzz Groove 4-piece has honored the ability to pull from some of the best elements of rock and roll, from Muscle Shoals to grunge. They have supported a handful of national acts, including Blitzen Trapper, Band of Heathens, the Stone Foxes, who we've played on here, Luke Nelson, and many others. So you can go to theweekendersmusic.com.
I like that, Lou.
And
Lou, I like the Fuzz Groove.
why am I playing Journey?
I don't know, Lou. Please tell me.
Well, because this is twofold. Because first of all, it's the birthday of one of my favorite guitarists, Neal Schon.
Yes, and one of mine
of
as
Journey.
well.
So happy birthday, Neal Schon. But this week's topic is the underrated guitarists.
Right.
We all know we all know the Jimi Hendrixes,
Sure, the
Steve
Van
Vai's, the
Halens.
Van Halens, the Randy
Yes,
Rhodes, the Yngwies,
Right.
all those guys. Those are household names. But there's a lot of guys who are really important who played like some of the most memorable, singable
Right.
guitar things
yeah.
and so we did a little poll once again on Facebook.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank Vince, Anthony, Vinny, Kyle, Henry, Jared, Lou, Jim, Johnny, Mark, James, Bill, Mark again, and Katie, Michael, Brian, Marianne, Bill Menk, and Paul for all weighing in. We'll go through all your picks there. But there are just like people don't realize that there's these guys that you've never heard of.
Right.
That you've created some of the most coolest
incredible,
riffs, and
yes.
you know their riffs, and you don't even know. Like
Right.
for one of for one is Steve Clark, who the other guitarist in
Yes,
Def Leppard,
Def Leppard, yes.
who's responsible for a lot of the riffs that you know and love.
Come on, Steve.
But going down the list a little bit here, Anthony Leone chimed in with George Lynch.
Sure.
All right, from Dawkins.
Right.
And Vinnie Belfiore mentioned the other guitarist in Aerosmith, Brad Whitford.
Yes.
Izzy Stradlin's the other guitarist in
Guns
N'
N'
Roses.
Roses.
Of course. Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie Montrose.
Sure.
How about Mick Mars?
How about Mick? Yeah,
Kyle,
really,
Kyle Ingram
yeah.
chimed in with Mick Mars.
Very good.
Henry Bakorski mentioned Pittsburgh's own Reb Beach.
Reb Beach, there you
Reb
go.
Beach's a great guitar player.
Yes.
Jared Crease Nigel mentioned Niall Pulsford of Bush. Now, this is funny because Jared's a former student of mine, and I remember when he was taking lessons off me, he wanted to learn all the songs by Bush. He was very
Really?
very into them.
Oh,
so
that's pretty cool.
yeah, it's very cool. Lou Ross mentions Mark Knopfler.
There you
now,
go.
some of the people here have mentioned guys that I think are guitar heroes.
Right.
To me, Mark Knopfler, if you're a guitarist, you know Mark Knopfler.
Right,
He's kind of like
exactly.
known as a,
Right.
you know what I mean? So, but thank you, Lou, for chiming in with that.
Yes.
Jim Dofka mentioned a guy I do not know, Jeff Waters. Do you know
I
Jeff
don't
Waters?
know Jeff. No.
Jim, I apologize, but we'll have to look him up.
Again, we're learning new artists to check out. So there you
This
go.
guy got mentioned twice. Johnny Danger mentioned Matt Bellamy of Muse, and somebody else mentioned Matt Bellamy as
okay.
well. So, so Omar Rodriguez Lopez of Mars Volta, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. Yeah,
Yes,
great.
yes.
Kim Thayil of Soundgarden.
Right.
Great guitar player. Mark Berry.
Mark.
You're a great guy, Mark. Thank you. Mentioned Kevin O'Connor and the great Loudini.
Old friend of ours. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. James Kester mentioned Rick Gretsch or Rhino Reinhardt. Do you know either one of those?
I don't know those. Again,
Well,
now
again,
we can
shame
look-
on us. We'll have to look them up. Bill Hathaway mentioned Phil Kagi.
A name from our past.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Phil Kagi.
And Jason Becker. Mark Glinka Darren Miller of CKY and Matt Bellamy of you'll also mention Matt Bellamy again.
Sure.
Billy Castle, Mark Ribot played for Tom Waits. Now, I always loved the guitar work on the Tom Waits records, and I did not know Mark Ribot is that. And so thank you, Billy Castle, for weighing into that. Awesome. Katie Simone mentioned our guy we were just talking about, Rick. Before the podcast, Ricky Nelson, Don Felder, who I can just vouch for. Katie Simone has the hots for Don.
Oh,
Felder.
Is that it?
Yep. Tommy Bolin.
Okay.
Steve Cropper.
Oh, Steve Cropper.
Elvin Bishop, and she is Elvin Bishop and Albert Lee. But I think you're a guitar player. I think you're probably kind of like aware that those guys are kind of influential. Albert Lee's pretty influential.
Oh, yeah.
But that's very cool. I think that's the only time Tommy Bolin appears on the list. Bill Halfway champion again with Glenn Campbell.
Yes.
Who's a dynamite guitar player. I don't know who that is. Davey Johnson from Elton John's band. Vince Ornato. Yeah, he's a great guitar player. Is that the guy that plays the Flying V?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Vince Ornato also mentioned Glenn Pavone of Glenn Pavone and Psychological. Rest in peace, Glenn.
Yes, Glenn.
And I just... Oh, no,
where'd it go?
We'll bring it back.
Yeah, Glenn Pavone. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Was a member of Billy Price's band for many, many years.
Oh, there's Derek Trucks.
Yes. What about Jeff Martin of the Tea Party? See, Johnny Danger mentioned him, and that's another band I'm not familiar with. Derek Trucks. But I think Derek Trucks is kind of a guitar hero already, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Brian Urso mentioned some that I know, some that I don't. Mick Box. You know Mick Box?
I don't.
Brian, we're going to look up Mick Box. But he mentioned Steve Hackett.
Yes, I know.
Lindsey Buckingham, who's I like one.
Correct.
When we say underrated guitarist, he's like always one of the guys. My other guy did not get mentioned, but Lindsey Buckingham is always one of the guys I mentioned. Mary Ann Hirschberger mentioned Gary Moore.
Oh, of
great
course,
guitar
yes,
player.
yes.
Bill Menck, Lou Lombardi.
Oh, boy.
Well, thank you, Billy. Michael Bauer said he liked... Rick Witowski is another Pittsburgh guy.
Oh, my gosh,
Phil Sexauer mentioned, of course, Steve Clark, who we mentioned at the top. So we thank you guys all for participating. And we've got, I think we have...
Do you have an article?
I think we've got an article. Yeah, 20 most.
Yeah.
And we'll just try to go through these quick. We don't want to wear you guys out. So for those that didn't make the list, there's some here new ones. Johnny Feen, from Horselips, who I do not know.
He's from Ireland. You'd think I'd know him.
You think you would know. Mark Knopfler, who already
course.
Alex Lifeson.
My boy. Yeah.
I mean, when you're in a band with Geddy Lee.
Yeah,
you can. But I think I always thought Alex Lifeson was amazing. Dave Murray from Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Speaking of Iron Maiden, wait a minute. It's Adrian Smith.
Hey, we got another two for today.
You know what? We got to do this. Hold on.
Another two for me.
Let's bang some heads.
That was me.
As the sun breaks above the ground, an old man stands on the hill.
That was probably the first Iron Maiden song that I heard. But happy birthday, Adrian Smith, Iron Maiden, and while we're talking about birthdays, real quick, Eddie Gray of Tommy James and the Shondells.
Oh my gosh, yes.
My baby does a hanky panky. Okay,
stereo.
In stereo, yes. Okay, back to our list. Well, we got rudely interrupted. Dave Murray of Iron Maiden, Prince,
of course.
George Harrison. Yeah, people forget. He was a Beatle, but you kind of forget that now he was like he was a really important guitar player to a lot of people of that era. Dave Gilmour, who's definitely one of my heroes. And we were talking about this guy, Gary Richrath.
One of our heroes,
and I think his great guitar was underrated. Lindsey Buckingham here again. Terry Kath from Chicago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gary Richrath from Maurice Big Bang. Terry Kath from Chicago. Alan Collins from Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Robin Trower from...
Sure.
Robin Trower. Larry Ladonde. Is he the Primus?
No, he's yes.
Okay, Mick Mars, who got mentioned.
Sure,
Ted, the Nuge, the new sweaty Teddy. Okay, if I got down on every rock and roller for their political views, I would hate them all. So,
exactly. So we'll stick with the music.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Tom Vallerin from television. John Mayer. If you're from Pittsburgh, John Mayer.
It's John Mayer.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, is Pittsburgh Kevin here?
Let me look. Yes.
Sweet. damn it. Okay, let's get this through. John Mayer. Buckethead. Rory Gallagher. Great. Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, Jerry Cantrell. That's...
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's fine. We were looking at the next one.
I went in a direction. Pete Townsend. He's always known as such like a songwriter, but he can really freaking play. Did you ever listen to the guitar, the solo, the acoustic stuff on Who Are You?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's him.
Just like chicken picking. That's killer. Here's a guy that always makes my list. Who's one of my favorite guitarists is Mike Campbell.
Love that guy.
And I'd like to take a little break here and mention something that I ran across. As I was prepping for this podcast, I was going to play some like a soundbite from Mike Campbell, and I came across this interview with Mike Campbell. And this gentleman has a podcast, and it's called Myth versus Craft, mythvscraft.com. Okay. And this guy has only been at it for a few weeks, but he's got some great names on his show, including Mike Campbell.
Yes.
So I got to listen to this. So go to mythversuscraft.com, and episode 6 is a very in-depth, an hour-long interview with Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But okay, let me just show you. Let me just play for you.
Go ahead.
How amazing.
Yes.
Mike Campbell is.
Okay, here we go.
Now check this out.
Oh yeah.
Who does not know this?
Everyone.
Here comes when the guitar comes in. Check this out.
There you go.
I mean, that's like the song. That's amazing. Breakdown, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Mike, the fantabulous Mike Campbell, who's one of my absolute heroes, wrote songs like wrote Boys of Summer, which Tom Petty passed on.
Really?
Nah, we don't really think this is going to go anywhere.
I did not know that.
He's like, well, okay, I'll just go to Don Henley then. Somebody has taste. Appreciates me. But no, he didn't say that. I'm just making that. But go to mythversuscraft.com and you can listen to a great interview with Mike Campbell. And I told this gentleman that has this site that I would promote him because I think it was great.
Yeah.
He's got
I just wrote it down because I'm going to check it out.
His latest episode is with Pete Thorne, who's a great guitar player as well.
There you go.
Cool. Those are just some of the most important guitar players. Somebody's been mentioned. What about Tony Iommi, Brian May?
Sure, Angus Young.
Angus and Malcolm. Robbie Robertson, Billy Gibbons.
There you go.
Billy Corrigan. Andy Timmons. You know Andy Timmons is a great guitar player. Yes. Mark Tremonti. John Petrucci. But see again, like he's but he's already a hero. Like I mean, like these guys aren't underrated. It might be like if you're into rock and metal, like John Petrucci is considered like amazing. So Joe Bonamassa, we know him. Yeah. So, but anyways, this is just Ty Tabor, who's a guy I kind of forgot about. Yeah. Remember Michael Hedges? Did you ever listen to Michael Hedges? He plays guitars with like 79 strings on them, and he was like really amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. He had some kind of accident and passed away. Oh. But Mike McCready from Pearl Jam is a good one. Yeah. You know, so Mark Farner. Richie Sambora, Phil Keggy.
Joe Keggy's on
again,
the list.
Jake E. Lee.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, some of the Martin Barr from
Elliot Easton.
Elliot Easton's another one of those guys that I always think is like Mick Ronson's a guy.
There you go.
Yeah, some great guys here. Anyways, so guys, you are listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Thank you guys who participated in our little Facebook interaction there. Vince Ornato, Anthony Leone, Vinny Belfiore, Kyle Ingram, Henry Barkowski, sorry about that. Jared Grease, Lou Ross, Jim Dovka, Johnny Danger, Mark Barry, James Kister, Bill Hathaway, Mark Glinka, Katie Simone, Mark Bauer, Brian Urso, Mary Ann Hersberger, Billy Mank, and Paul Sexauer. Thank you guys much for jumping in there. It
always makes it fun when you guys chime in. And you know, we talked about this last podcast. You guys give us artists that we're not familiar with, so we go check them out. And it's like, oh, everybody wins.
Spreading the love. Yeah. Spreading the love. Let's hear another great artist.
Please.
This is Jake Chisholm. I discovered Jake through the website that I write reviews for.
Uh-huh.
And what happened there? Okay, anyways, but this is... sorry, we got weird gremlins in the computer.
That's what it is.
Jake Chisholm, but I discovered this from bluesrockreview.com. This is Jake Chisholm. This is called Let's Do It Again on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Your fancy clothes, your diamond ring. You know you got it, baby, when you do that thing. I'm just a man. Can't you feel my heartbeat? One kiss from your lips, and please repeat. Whoa, whoa, let's do it again. Like lightning out of the dark. She's the gasoline and I'm the spark. I ain't no king, but she can be my queen. I was lost, but now I've seen. Whoa, whoa, let's do it again. Let's do it again. You took my hand and you reached inside, stole my soul, but I don't mind. To my surprise, down deep inside, I was a man, now I'm a lion. Whoa, 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 let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
For the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
All right, Jake Chisholm with a little Iron Maiden at the end there. Jake Chisholm, you can go to his website, jakechisholm.ca. He's a Toronto musician.
That would explain the .ca.
In demand session in the jazz and blues scene. But I think that kicks freaking butt, man. Really, really vicious sounding.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And I like that.
All that
I'm kind of a
guitar work,
sucker
man.
for that, like sort of like distortion on everything.
Right. Yeah.
That was very cool. So yeah, go check that out. Let me go ahead and they say the name of his record again is Diamond in a Coal Mine.
There you go.
So do we have Pittsburgh Kevin tonight?
He is here tonight.
Oh Lord Jesus, help us!
Oh, Lord.
We would like to. We have This Day in Music coming up right after Pittsburgh Kevin.
Right.
This Day in Music is sponsored by McNeely Beer, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yes.
So we have Pittsburgh Kevin. Why don't you just go ahead and see what Pittsburgh Kevin, if he can come in here.
Want me to bring him in now?
Yeah.
All
Tell
right,
him
let me get out of the way.
Kevin
Kevin.
over.
Pittsburgh Kevin, come on. Hey, Lou!
Hey, watch.
Oh!
I'll walk that over now.
Sorry about that. Remember last time when I spilled the beer? You know, if I spilled more, I could probably clean this whole floor.
Oh, goodness.
I'd do that for you if you want me to, Lou, you know.
I know.
Anyway.
That's the kind of fella you are, isn't it?
Hey, Lou, you know me, right?
I know you. I think I know you.
So listen.
Not in the biblical sense.
No, thank goodness, because I would have to leave the room. Hey, Lou, you know me. I'm incontinent.
Well,
No, I mean inquisitive. I always get those two mixed up, Lou.
Pittsburgh Kevin.
I'm inquisitive.
Don't get those mixed up. They're very different. We're not even close.
Well, I'm a little, you know. Hey, listen, I'm inquisitive. I'm full of questions, right? So that's why I come here, because you know what? You are smart with life, Lou. You sure
I'm smart
are.
with life.
You're smart with life. So I got some questions for you. These are things that are just rattling around in my head. Okay? So, here you go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Lou, if an ambulance is on its way to get someone and they accidentally hit a pedestrian, do they stop to help that guy? Well, I know. What happens?
We need different sound effects for this. Go ahead.
We do, don't we? Hey, listen, Lou. Do vegetarians eat animal crackers? I'm wondering that, Lou.
These are. There was a song. I think late 80s, early 90s. It was things that make you go,
Yeah, it's them. These are them, Lou. They're in my head.
These are literally the things that make you go,
So the other day I'm at the store, you know, I had to get some stuff, and I know something, you know. Why are there no B batteries? You know what I mean? I mean, there's like A, double A, triple A. You got C, you got D, you got double D. Lou, that's my favorite battery size. I'm just saying, Lou. Come on. Come on, Lou. Don't think too hard on these, okay?
Wait a minute, stop.
What?
Wait a minute. There is no B battery?
No, think about it.
That's...
Just go to the store. Look for B batteries. Better yet.
Pittsburgh Kevin, you're sort of blowing my mind, man.
You okay? I'm going to blow your mind with this one, Lou. Lou, if a jogger was able to run at the speed of sound, could he still hear his iPod?
I don't know. I would have to consult the scientific
community. Hey, if you guys out there know that question, the answer for the question, you know, let me know. Hey, Lou, how do you handcuff a one-armed man? These are things that keep me up at night, Lou. I'm wondering this stuff.
That is, how do you do that?
Hey, if a vampire can't see his reflection in the mirror, how come their hair is always so nice?
It's always perfect.
It's perfect, Lou. That's crazy. Seriously. Hey, listen.
Do you remember how to read, Pittsburgh Kevin?
There's my place on the page, Lou. Where's my bookmark? Don't worry, I got it. Hey, Lou, what was Captain Hook's name before the hook?
Captain Hand. It was Mr. Hand.
Whoa.
From Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I never thought of that.
He was Mr. Hand.
He was Mr. Hand, and he came Captain Hook. He got kind of promoted.
From Mr. to Captain.
Yeah, so you know. Hey, Lou, Noah. Now, I know you're Bible. I know you're smart with the Bible.
Well, with the Bible,
biblical stuff, you know. Did Noah have wood?
Pittsburgh Kevin. This week's Pittsburgh Kevin sponsored by alcohol.
Yeah, thank you, McNeely Beer. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Hey, Lou, Noah, did he have woodpeckers on the ark? And if he did, where'd he keep them?
Oh, it's
that
crazy.
could be a problem, Lou. I'm
Could you
just
imagine?
saying. Forgot to ask my preacher about that. Are children who use sign language allowed to talk with their mouths full, Lou? These and other questions.
They're not allowed to talk with their hands full.
Folks, now you understand what I say when Lou's smart with
Pittsburgh
life.
Kevin.
Yes.
Everybody.
Thank you, everybody. So, hey, you guys got answers to my questions, let me know. I'd love to hear them.
That is Pittsburgh
Okay,
Kevin.
goodbye, everybody. Thanks for having me. Catch you later.
We love you, Pittsburgh Kevin. You're a good guy. Thank you so much. Guys, go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com to find out everything that's going on, watch cool videos, listen to the podcasts, follow us on socialist media.
Yeah.
Well, Bernie Sanders, Democratic Socialist Media.
There you go. Hey.
We don't really support one candidate or another. It's just a joke. Anyways,
It's just a joke, isn't it?
It's just a joke, isn't it? You think it's so funny?
I think it's quite
Just
funny.
because
You Americans are so funny with your politics. We just got a queen.
that's all you need.
That's all
We
you
have
need.
a queen.
I don't even go there with that one.
Liberace. That's
Well,
Liberace's
he's no longer alive, is he?
RuPaul saw it.
Yes, RuPaul is.
Exactly.
Right on, people.
So you are listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. let's take. You want to do this day in music?
I think we should.
And we'd like to have this day in music brought to you by.
We're gonna work on that. We have to have an intro.
Haviland, the all detergent motor oil.
It's delicious.
It's
nutritious. It's Valvoline.
And it stays crunchy even in milk. All right.
This day in music.
We should do this because this day in music is brought to you by our new sponsor. Hey everyone, Lou Lombardi here, aka Loudini from the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, to tell you about our brand new sponsor, McNeely Beer, 6-packs and more, located at 441 McNeely Road in the South Hills.
Hey Lou, what's up?
Hey, Pittsburgh Kevin, what's going on,
Hey,
man?
McNeely Beer, 6-pack and more is right down the street from where I grew up. I go there all the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, listen to this, man. McNeely Beer carries about 700 beer varieties in singles, 6-packs, or 12-packs. They offer imports, crafts, domestics, even drafts. You can grab a gourmet hot dog, catch a game on the TV, create your own mix and match 6-pack, or just grab what you need and go.
You know, I hear that mix and match 6-pack is really cool because you get 20% off when you do that, and it's a great way to try something new without investing in an entire case. You know what I mean? So, and the knowledgeable staff will actually help you pick out your selections. McNeely is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to midnight. Fridays and Saturdays until 2 a.m. And even with this crazy snow we just had, spring beers are already arriving, so you want to be sure to get your seasonal selections before they're gone.
Definitely.
That's McNeely Beer, 6-packs and more, located at 441 McNeely Road in the South Hills, and you can check them out online at McNeelyBeer.com.
Yeah.
It's the way you need it, any way you want it.
All right, guys, it's time for the segment that got forgotten. The segment that Loudini forgot last time. It's like
tonight on the History Channel.
The segment that Loudini forgot.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go.
What happened on this day?
Okay, in 1961, Chubby Checker started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with Pony Time. What a giant letdown. I thought it was going to be like The Twist or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Pony Time.
Come on.
You got to start somewhere, Lou.
Rolling Stones in 64 made their second appearance on the BBC TV show Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops was not fade away.
Not fade away.
It's the Rolling Stones.
Right.
In 1967, Pink Floyd continued working on the debut album.
Wow.
Okay, wait a minute. That's really not something happening.
No. They're just
5 months
working.
after her death, Janis Joplin started a 9-week run on the U.S. album charts with Pearl in 1971. Okay, that's like
that's
some
kinda
stuff.
different,
Yeah,
okay.
we can get into. 72, Led Zeppelin appeared at Sydney Showground, Sydney, Australia, for 25,000. A single band
Wow.
appearing for 25,000 fans. That's like
That's like Lord. That's so
sad news. In this day in 74, Cher filed for divorce from Sonny Bono.
yeah, I'm free
I know.
now.
And she married Greg Allman for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
A couple days later.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Keith Richards was arrested this day in 1977 after an ounce of heroin. Well, just a little bit will get you in all kind of trouble. Winners at the Grammy Awards included Song of the Year, What Fool Believes in 1980. I
remember that?
Yes, I love that song. It's a great song. Album of the year was 52nd Street by Billy Joel. And best new artist was Ricky Lee. Ricky Lee Jones was new at that time.
Ricky Lee Jones.
And the best disco had its own category.
Yeah.
Best disco category was I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor.
Do you think they have disco anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know about
In
that.
1988, George Michael scored his 6th number 1 hit on this day with Father Figure.
Yeah, I
kind of
remember
a
that.
cool song. What else happened? James Brown was paroled on this day in 1991.
Lou, let me ask you something.
What was that?
How does it make you feel to be paroled? How does it make you feel? And you're in jail for a long time, and you see that date come up, and you get up, and the man say, "Here's your stuff, you can leave." How does that make you feel, Lou? That make you feel wonderful. I'm James Brown, and I listen to Loudini Circus.
Well, I think we need a new segment. Since we can't really
things James Brown says. Oh my gosh!
write that down.
I'm writing that down.
Now
folks.
you have to stay
tuned.
okay. I'm gonna. I don't want to be controversial, but I still think Bill Cosby did a very terrible thing. All right, yes. But as very often the people that like are really talented have really screwed up.
Big.
Back. No, they like back. They've got like serious problems. They're depressed or they're suicidal or they're on drugs or something. And Bill's he falls into that category.
Right.
So, but since that's kind of fallen out of vogue, I like things James Brown says.
Things James Brown.
James Brown. No, things James Brown says.
All right.
See, when Kevin and I are just hanging out, this is what we do.
Happens.
You're getting
a little.
This is what we.
Oh my gosh!
And for years we would say we should be recording this.
Years from now, there's going to be somebody saying, "I went back and listened to your category, and I heard the very first time that things James Brown says was mentioned." And we're like, "Yes, that's our popular thing. We've gone on the tour with that now. It's just Lou and I sitting up there. I talk like James Brown, so." But,
I nod.
And he nods. That's it.
This is like, wow. You guys are probably, some of you guys will remember this, but some of you guys too are going to remember. There was a television show on in the 60s called The Smothers Brothers. Mm-hmm. And it was Dick and Tommy Smothers.
Right.
And Dick was the straight man. He played bass. Yes. And Tommy played guitar. And I think he played banjo too? No.
Yeah, he played a lot of stuff.
And, and Tommy was the kind of goofy one.
Right.
And Dick would always say that, Tommy was really the important because he was the funny man. He was like, he says, because if all you have is a straight man, then basically all you have is an announcer.
Exactly.
So Kevin and I are kind of like, I'm kind of like Dick Smothers and he's kind of like Tommy.
Lou, am I the Tommy to your Dick? All right. And with that being said, let's talk about this day in music.
This day in music. Speaking of, you want another jail story?
Yes.
In 2007, Bobby Brown was sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Oh my gosh.
For $19,000 in unpaid child support.
Oh, for crying out loud. That's very well.
Okay. In 2010, U2 raked in more money than any other music act. Go Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah, $109 million.
109 million? How many euro was that? 71, I think.
I mean
71 million.
That raked in more money than any other music act, including, this means, if it's any other music act, that includes Michael Jackson, who is like one of the, probably the highest, him and Garth Brooks are like the highest paid performers ever. What else happened in this day? And one more. In 2000, we're skipping around a little bit. In 2005, Ray Charles was #1 on the U.S. album chart with Genius Loves Company. 2005.
Wow.
All right, guys, and that was This Day in Music, sponsored by McNeely Beer.
I don't know if they want to sponsor it after that.
we digressed a little.
Fun.
We digressed a little bit.
Get a look into Lou and Mike's friendship there.
And that is just 441 McNeely Road, Pittsburgh, PA. And thank you once again, Bill Thomas, for your appreciation of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. Let's plan before we get too far out of control here, Kevin. This is supposed to be about rock and roll, right?
It is.
And so as soon as I can find,
What did you do?
I've lost it.
Go find the stuff.
It's gone. Okay.
I want to hear some music.
Okay, this is an artist called Jack Berry. We'll tell you all about Jack Berry when we come back. This is Rooster Up, Jack Berry from the album Heathen Heart on the Loudini Rock
40
and Roll
long
Circuit.
hours ain't slept a wink. Long as money's in the pocket, uncoiled the kink. I got a mind, can't stop it like a drip stuck sink. I got a mind, can't stop it like a steam locomotive.
Shooting Jack and cocaine like a smoking gun. Breaking my brain till the D's all done. Gonna shake my fate of a firstborn son. Gonna rooster up till morning come. Got a heart ticking like a bigger man. Been doing my bidding toward a better plan. Get a grip on the living, get the mitten instead. Get a grip, start slipping like I get what I was given, what I had. So I'll be kicking up the road till the buzzers leave my bones. So I'll be kicking up the road. So I'll be kicking up the road till the buzzers leave my bones. So I'll be kicking up the road. Seen a red-blooded woman, says she loved the blues. Green eyes leave me gutted on the way she moves. Got a man at it, she tell me just for fun. He better shoot, Luke, or
does the hanky panky. Yeah, my baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the hanky panky. Hey, my baby does the hanky panky.
All right, that was the amazing Jack Berry.
Yeah, yes.
Kevin, I mean, I thought that was really good. I thought it was very bluesy, but very kind of contemporary.
Right,
too.
exactly. Yeah.
Jack Berry, you can go to jackberrymusic.com. Jack Berry, Nashville-based alt blues rocker.
There you go.
He premieres his first single, The Bull, via Consequence of Sound from his forthcoming LP, Mean Machine, set for the spring 2016. Berry's gritty rock sound has garnered acclaim from the Blues Rock Review Top 10 Artists to Watch and Deli Magazine. So check out Jack Berry. It's a Jack Berry music. I think Jack has got in my opinion, a stupendous career ahead of him if he keeps making music like that. That was really amazing. We had...
that's Barry with an E, by the way. Yeah, not Barry, B-A-R-R-Y.
Right.
B-E-R. I just want to make
Correct.
sure we go to the right place. So.
Thank you. The Weekenders, Don't Plan On, their song 20 Armed Men we played, and Jake Chisholm as well. Let's Do It Again, Diamond in a Coal Mine. Guys, these artists are really important. They're playing great music.
Yes.
They are really keeping rock and roll alive, and you need to get out there and support them. So they all have stuff to buy. Buy it.
Yes, support them. It's great stuff. Holy cow. You should see Lou and I here while the music's playing. We're air jamming, drumming, guitaring, bassing, singing. Yeah.
It's a total, air fest.
Yeah, air fest.
But anyways, so these artists are great. Jack Berry, The Weekenders, and Jake Chisholm. You guys rock. Thank you so much for having such great music for us. And we just threw a...
What's going on here with Tommy James?
Well, I mean, it's a birthday, right?
Isn't it?
Yes, we talked about this. It is Eddie Gray.
Oh, Eddie Gray,
from
yes.
Tommy James and the Shondells' birthday. So happy birthday to Eddie Gray. We just had to get a little hanky-panky in there. When I was picking the music, I just couldn't believe how many hits these guys had.
Wow,
Do you remember this one right here, Kevin?
There you go, yeah.
Look over yonder.
Crystal Blue Persuasion.
There, you know.
Very cool song, huh? Anyway, so Tommy James and the Shondells. You're listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Thank you guys for participating with our little discussion there on Facebook this week about the great unsung heroes of guitar. Right, the underrated guitarists.
Right.
And thank you guys. I can't mention everybody again, but thank you. You know who you are.
You know who you are. And if you want your name mentioned, hey, follow Lou on Facebook. Get involved with these little things that we ask, and we will talk about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this will be, So, okay, guys, thank you so much. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com, where you can keep up with all the great music and everything that we have going on here. Every Saturday, there is a new music podcast, like the one you're listening right now.
Right.
Every Wednesday, check it out. We've got a new interview. And we're doing some cool interviews with a lot of the artists that you're hearing here, and some different music business people. And we've had a lot of cool things happening in the last few months. So you definitely want to check it out. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com.
Right.
You can find me on Facebook at Facebook.com/Lou Lombardi.
Very easy, folks.
And then if you find me, you find Kevin O'Connor. You find Kevin O'Connor. Exactly. You know how this all works. This isn't rocket science. You weren't born yesterday.
No.
Hey, Kevin.
And if you were born yesterday, thanks for listening.
You know what I heard of?
Talk to me,
this thing called the Internet.
The Internet?
The Internet.
You call it?
Crazy, huh?
How does that work?
I don't know. But in any case, so you listen to, anyways, yes, Twitter. Get us on Twitter at LL Strangelove. Alrighty, and thanks one more time to our sponsors.
Oh, thank you.
Positively Pittsburgh Live, pplmag.com, and McNeely Beer. 412-563-BEER.
Very easy. Very easy.
Oh, Lord. Okay, guys.
I think we made it through another one.
We
my
made it
friends.
through another one. Guys, you have a great week. Please check out LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Please support independent rock anywhere you can find it.
Yes.
Kevin, anything to add? Anything you want to tell the folks?
Just
before
that
we
I
go?
love each and every one of you in my own special way.
And it's very special.
It is very special.
It's not the kind of love that you need, to take a cold shower afterwards.
No.
All right, guys, good night. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
There'll be peace and good brotherhood, crystal blue persuasion.